Your zone coverage 2-minute drill. Sam Ekstrom, Luke Inman. A hot Monday at Vikings training camp. The pads were on. They were popping this afternoon, Luke Inman. We had some guys tiring out during practice. Big first day and a chance for the coaches to start evaluating these guys with the proper equipment on their shoulders and the ability to sort of wrap guys up for the first time as well.
Yeah, it was a classic old school hard-nosed football day. You mentioned it. Hot day out here. Reminds you of the old school two-a-days when the Chiefs and the Vikings used to go at it. It was exciting to see the pads, like you mentioned. Much easier to kind of get a good synopsis of the offense and defensive line, the trenches. Fun to see Tom Compton rotate in today at left guard. Pat Elflein still out. Easton covers him at center. So, yeah, all in all, it was good to, again, see old school football back in action here in Eagan.
Dalvin Cook had the pads on, and it's been a great road to recovery for him. Very few hurdles, very few hitches in the road for Dalvin, and he was cutting to his left, catching screens on the right. He was running between the tackles. He was doing everything you would expect a starting running back to be doing. Didn't seem very limited today, and who knows, maybe we'll even see him on the field less than 2 weeks away in Denver.
Explosive is the word to use when it comes to Dalvin Cook. A lot of national media here this past weekend, NFL Network, guys like Pete Prisco from CBS, Albert Breer, Monday Morning Quarterback, all of them mentioned something about Dalvin Cook, and he's a guy that reminds you of Adrian Peterson, and not the style of running, but the way that he's a special talent. You gotta see him in person to truly appreciate just how explosive he's looking. The knee brace is off. He looks good and healthy. You get him for a full 16 games, and this offense could be really special.
I posted a video on Twitter today of Laquan Treadwell catching a touchdown pass. I criticized him on the 2-minute drill a few days ago for not doing much in the first few days of camp. He made up for it today. He was great in red zone 7-on-7 passing, made some great catches, and Kirk was looking his way. And I think the key for Laquan this year is just to get more chances to prove what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, there's a young kid coming out, just 20 years old on draft day, 21 entering his first season. He's still a young kid and a young player that doesn't still have a ton of experience, but you know, in a way, he kind of got bailed out in the fact that this offense ran through two guys last year. Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs. Dalvin Cook was certainly in the mix, as we mentioned early on. But, you know, it'd be nice if one of those guys had an off day, or, again, was maybe littered with some injuries in the receiving corps. Laquan Treadwell needs to step up. I think this could be a year that certainly there's only one way to go, and that's up for Treadwell, but he does look a lot more comfortable, Sam, a lot smoother, and he's catching all the passes that he needs to come down with so far.
We're turning this one into a 3-minute drill. Give me one winner that you saw today at practice, somebody who made a nice case for themselves.
You know, I'm worried about the linebacker depth outside of the big three, and Eric Wilson looks good as a number 4, but Antoine Williams, a linebacker that not a lot of people know about, he really surprised me today. Not only his running angles, but exploding to the ball. Really impressed with him, and gives me a little sigh of relief and lets me have a deep breath about the depth if we were to ever need a little bit more manpower outside of, again, Anthony Barr, Eric Hendricks, and Ben Giddey. Looked really good. You?
He's, for me, I was going to go with Mr. Tom Compton. I thought Tom, he's really establishing himself as that swing guard. He may not be a starter once Elflein comes back, but I think he's making a great case to make this team as a depth guard, sort of that Jeremiah Searles role off of last year. He's Luke Inman. I'm Sam Ekstrom. Subscribe at zonecoverage.com. $2.99 a month. Buy Arif Hassan's training camp guide for just $19.99. Talk to you tomorrow.